Hello there! I see you there, Sin. How's it going? I'm just sharing the link for this on the Twitter, and then you will be able to see my face. Uh, um, we're just gonna talk about some stuff that we learned from all of this. Let's see here. We are live talking hashtag Force Friday. Shared that link. Come on. I know I copied it. No, I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Maybe the copy didn't work. Copy. This is the best part of any stream. Okay. Tweeted. Okay. Hey, John, welcome. That is a lot of O's, you were correct, but it's not too many. Okay, hey, look, you guys can see what you're writing on my face. This is going to be great because I have to look here for the comments, but I'm sitting here, so you don't have to look at my weird shot of my bed anymore. This is slightly better and less nasty on my neck. Who's texting me? Okay, that's fine. Okay. So, it's just telling Dooku all he needs to do is sit down. So, anyway, welcome. Yeah, so Triple Force Friday came out. Django would be here, but his internet is out inconveniently, so he can't join us via video. Could probably join us via voice if he decides to get in. Stuart, welcome. How are you today? So much has happened today. So we can talk about the actual stuff. Like, if you guys want to talk, you know, there was a Jedi Fallen Order trailer. There's a lot of merch that got announced, and we can talk about just like merch that you're excited for. Or we can just talk about some tidbits. Personally, I think we got some nice insights into Rise of Skywalker. I haven't actually compiled any images. I was hoping StarWars.com was going to update, and it hasn't, other than for Jedi Fallen Order. So I'm a little bit unprepared because I literally just got on a live stream as soon as I could. But if you guys have seen our Twitter at Port Haven Forums, or if you go to our Insta, which is the Star Wars Refuge, because we don't like to be consistent. My favorite part about the live stream, if you got to watch the Star Wars show live stream, was Daisy Ridley made a comment about how we might have seen the planet Pisana and not realized it. So the planet of Pisana is the new desert world, because we don't have enough desert worlds in Star Wars. And it's the planet with the skiff. It's the planet, presumably, where she's doing the lightsaber jump. So some people have been thinking that it might be a buddy on Twitter, the Wakandalorian. He thought it might be the bit where Kylo is walking out of his TIE fighter, and it looks like dark and stormy. That could actually be the desert. Because at first it kind of looks like a snow planet, but it isn't. So like that kind of stuff was cool. We got the character of Babu Frick, and he was a little minifig alongside of 3PO. And it's interesting that he's with 3PO. He's specifically designed as a droid builder. 3PO had all of the bandolier and bowcaster merch, and like that was the thing that first came on that leaked poster that we didn't talk about because we don't talk about leaks on this channel. But that had been leaked some time ago. If there's anything I'm worried about in The Rise of Skywalker, it's 3PO with a bandolier and a bowcaster. But hey, maybe it will be my new favorite thing in Star Wars. We'll see what happens. But the sheer amount of 3PO having that on the merch is interesting. Like, it makes it seem to me like that's going to be more than just a passing thing. And the other theory is, if you look at the Tross trailer, which I might have here, hold on. No, I have the Resistance and the Mandalorian trailers. So I don't have the Tross trailer downloaded to my desktop. Hey, more people are here. Welcome, Calamari. How are you? I'm assuming that's hello. Daisy is very sneaky, you're right. What was I saying? Oh, so if you look at the Rise of Skywalker trailer, the part where Kylo's helmet is getting repaired is if you look closely at the hands, they're not human hands that are repairing his helmet. They're very, very hairy hands. And so some people are like, the instant theory now is that that was Babu Frick, and that he is the one repairing Kylo's mask. Um, maybe 3PO is becoming a glorified carrying bag. That's true. He could just be transporting all that stuff. That's an interesting. It's possible. I saw Jim does a Star Wars comic. He was worried that it means Chewie's not going to make it. Oh, it's ni hao. Okay. I actually know that word. I might not be saying it correctly, in which case that means I'm saying a completely different word, but I recognize it. I just didn't know it in its character form. Yeah, so the Babu Frick guy could be the guy repairing Kylo's helmet, which is interesting. If he's a droid guy working on Kylo's helmet, you know, he's either working on that against his will, or it could have implications for that helmet. It's also interesting that he would be with 3PO. We see in the D23 footage 3PO with the red eyes. And the red eyes could be the work of this Babu Frick guy. He's currently my favorite character because his last name is Frick. In the same way that my favorite line from Dooku Jedi Lost is when Dooku is describing how a certain mineral is rarer than Frick. Not spelled like the fill-in word. You are here from break about reading about the Tiananmen. Oh, well, I was glad you could join us. Were you able to catch much of the Star Wars show live stream, or were you also reading? It's worth watching. The live stream was really cute. I liked seeing Daisy and John see their figures. Seeing Kelly and Naomi like interacting was so cute. Like Kelly saying how happy she was for Naomi to get to see all of her figures. Seeing Poe and Carrie Russell interact was so cool. And it's interesting how much their characters are being paired. What we know about Zori Bliss is that her story is going to somehow be tied to Poe's. So it's cool seeing them interact more. But like, all of that stuff was really cool. And then beyond Tross, we had the big thing that kind of got leaked out last night, but was the Funko Pop for Kara. I think the character's name, the main chick in The Mandalorian. We've seen she's had kind of like a birthmark or something under her eye, and we found out that it's not a birthmark. She actually has a tiny tattoo of the rebel symbol, which is ridiculously cool. But yeah, all of that stuff was cool. Not too much today. Were there by chance any Mon Calamari figures announced? Not specifically, though there were some alien figures announced, for what that's worth. I have an article here. I'll show you guys this. One thing StarWars.com has going right now is, this should be the right screen. It is. Okay, cool. One thing they have up right now on StarWars.com is information about Jedi Fallen Order for anybody who's interested, even if you're not going to play, just from a lore perspective. We have this fellow with some mad mutton chops. I feel like Django's going to love this character. Grease Dritus, which is cool. Stinger Mantis, that's an odd name for a ship. We got this person. What would you... Kiri Junda? Is going to be in the character... Or it's going to be in the character. It's going to be in the game. This person here is from the Charles Soule comic, which was a cool inclusion. Here he's fighting like a giant bat. I don't even know. Gorga the Chirodactyl. I'm here for it. Fallen Order does look so good from a story point along with the game. The story for it looks great. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to play it, or at least not be able to play it right away, which I'm kind of bummed about, so I'm going to have to live vicariously through someone. John, I know you talked about potentially collabing with us for the game as it comes out. So that's still a thing we can work on if you want. I hate to take time away from your channel though. And then this is the Inquisitor for the game as well. It's really cool. The trailer was really good. I was really into it. And then, of course, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC are all available for pre-order, and there's going to be an Xbox One special version. That was the other thing we saw in the live stream. And like I said, the live stream's worth a watch. It's 45 minutes, but it's 45 minutes. Like 5 of those 45 minutes are like a countdown. So it's really 40 minutes, and if you watch it at double speed, that's 20 minutes. But it was cute. It's worth it for the actors' interactions and stuff. Seems similar to what a TFU prequel could have been. Yeah! Or really just like a spiritual successor of TFU. I've kind of thought of that as well. Just like if they were to make The Force Unleashed with today's graphics and today's game engines. And kind of like a flip side of the coin, you know, instead of following a dark side apprentice, you have the light side, the Jedi. What's interesting is Star Wars has a long history of multiple endings in games. Even The Force Unleashed had different endings, even though it wasn't your choices throughout the game. You make one final choice at the end of the game. But obviously, both KOTOR games, The Old Republic, the MMO, a lot of Star Wars games have like a dark side or light side ending. But the devs for Fallen Order, I believe, have said that there's not going to be such. That the point of Jedi Fallen Order is to be a Jedi, and that they felt like it would take away from the game to give you an option to not be a Jedi, which is interesting. I usually play games light-sided anyway. I'm just going to leave like this really... I keep looking at this really ugly bat thing. You guys can't see it anymore, but that thing is freaky. But I am excited for Fallen Order just from a lore perspective, and as a fan of The Force Unleashed, to know that there's kind of a spiritual successor game out there. I couldn't play The Force Unleashed when it first came out either, and I kind of lived vicariously through other people. So I am content to do that again with The Force Unleashed. Let's see if StarWars.com has put anything else up yet. Nope. That's fine. Let's see if I can find... let's see if I can find an article with some images in it. It's from 2 days ago. I want something... actually, I could probably just bring up the live stream. That's an option. We could scrub through it. Let's do that. This is not the right video, but it's okay. This will get me to their channel where I can find the right video. I'm sure this is enthralling for everybody. Like playing lighter shades of gray, yeah. And it's okay, computer. We're gonna get through this together. I know you're not. Oh no, copyrighted music. I don't know if the audio is playing over the stream or not. My computer's yelling at me. It's like, you were not playing a video when you started this live stream. I know, computer. I know I lied to you. It's gonna be okay. Here's... Yay! Okay, let's go back to here. It's gonna lag like crazy, but it's gonna be there, and that's what matters.
Wow. Look at that.
Oh, you guys can hear it. Cool. This is the clip that I put on all of the places. Okay, so this is... Pause the stream. It's getting cranky at me as I try to put it in full screen. This is not as fascinating as it could be. Oh, no problem. I was waiting for Django because Django wanted to go live, and then when he got home, his internet was out. Basically, you play the Gina Harden storyline, but otherwise you're light side. Ah, that makes sense. I think I played that once. Okay, so this is the... there was a lot about Jedi Fallen Order, obviously, because they could talk about that one the most. Warwick Davis telling stories of his childhood, as he's wont to do, and then we can go Daisy Ridley. This is not fun because it's lagging like crazy, so we might not keep doing this. Let's go back to me in my face. Because my face is not lagging. Okay. That was very anticlimactic. I will keep scrubbing through while we talk. But did anybody else watch the stream or have any thoughts? Any thoughts on 3PO with the bandolier and the bowcaster? Any thoughts on Kylo having somebody repair his mask? That sort of thing. Love to know what you guys have to say. Oh, this is a cool thing that we got to see. There's gonna be a remote control droid, like they did for BB-8. You can drive around, which is pretty cool. But mostly, I'm excited for any kind of Rise of Skywalker tidbits, to be honest. I'm excited for the idea that Pasana could have a lot of different other meanings to it. Just in general. Or not, but not necessarily meanings, but like locations and stuff. Here's these two together. Ah! Kerry Russell's tripped off face. There's Zori's Funko Pop, which is pretty cool. What if C-3PO is trying to throw us off? Something trying to make us think he's the new Chewie? Why would you mean, is 3PO doing that, or do you mean the marketing is doing that with 3PO? Will Dio play Rainbow in the Dark or Holly Driver while moving? Probably. I think that's a requirement, to be honest. I'll just go back to me. This showing you the stream thing is not working out as I had imagined. Making the marketing is doing it. I mean, maybe. I don't know what the advantage to that would be, because, like, I know a lot of people are worried about Chewie dying, and I guess that could happen, but it also doesn't make a whole lot of sense to kill Chewie, because you can pretty much have Chewbacca in the movies forever, especially with a new actor playing him. As long as you have the suit, Chewie doesn't really have to age, and Wookiees can be long-lived. Or, like, you have 3PO, but, Anthony Daniels isn't getting any younger, and even if anybody else can be in the suit, it's his voice, where it's not really his voice, the actor's voice doing Chewbacca. So, like, I don't know what the point would be in replacing Chewbacca with 3PO. The only reason to do it is if they decided to kill Chewie for some reason. But I mean, JJ is a master of misdirection, so, like, maybe the marketing is trying to make us think that, but I don't think that's going to be a thing. I'm still really curious why 3PO's eyes turn red. And none of the merch with him having the bowcaster and the bandolier have 3PO with red eyes. So at first I thought maybe he was, like, wielding that stuff because he was whatever causes him to have the red eyes. But then none of the toys have him that way. So that can't be what it is. Unless the red eyes are temporary. And he'll look normal otherwise. But the idea that we're going to have a droid tinkerer in this is very interesting to me. That, especially to have a whole character, and to then have a whole character with 3PO. And, like, with that too, how does that happen? Like, let's say this Babu Frick guy is in league with Kylo in some way, to the point where he's repairing Kylo's mask. Is he then imprisoned and the Resistance gets him back? Is he evil and somehow 3PO ends up with him? And if so, does that mean, like, does 3PO get kidnapped? Like, the scene where it's implied that there's going to be a chase scene on Pasana, do they lose 3PO and the First Order picks him up and then they turn him into, like, an evil droid? Like, there's a couple different ways that could go. Chewbacca's death made sense in the EU, but would never really work in at least it wouldn't work in the same way. Because, like, the point of Chewbacca dying in Vector Prime, which I guess, spoilers, but we've already talked about that book on the channel, so haha. But the point of Chewbacca dying in Vector Prime was to make you afraid that more characters could die in the new Jedi Order series. And there's like you don't need that because we've already lost Han and Luke. So having like the first death be something that's major and important, but also not necessarily critical, Chewbacca just can't serve that same purpose. I genuinely would not understand what the purpose of killing Chewbacca would be. Not that there couldn't be. I mean, maybe there is, and maybe we watch the movie and it's like the best scene ever, and I'm super wrong. But like, we're already gonna lose. We've already lost Han as a character in that age. We've lost Luke outside of him being a Force ghost. I mean, we know Mark Hamill's in the movie. We're going to lose Leia in the capacity of Carrie Fisher. If they don't kill Leia, they can at least continue her on in the books. But we'll never have Carrie Fisher again. But like Chewbacca is the live action character that they can keep around and put in other stuff. Like we don't know a lot about the Rian Johnson trilogy or the DB, the Benioff and Wise series, or this supposed Kevin Feige movie that's in development. That I mean, it may or may not happen. Or any kind of show that they might want to set after Rise of Skywalker. But Chewbacca is just the easy character to kind of keep bringing back. Again, like I said, because he never ages. I just don't see a lot of purpose in his death. To me, the only reason why he would need to, I mean, like, unless they use his death as part of Ben's story. I still want to see Star Wars film that's R-rated just for the scene in which Chewbacca tears off someone's arm. Yep. I mean, yeah. What movie was it? That was cut out of one of the Star Wars movies. Was it Solo? I don't think it was. I think it was one of the episodes. Wasn't it like a scene in The Last Jedi? Chewie rips off somebody's arms. I can't remember. I know one of the movies had that as a deleted scene. What else? Yeah, like I said, if you watch the stream, it was really sweet seeing characters interact. Oh, it's Unkar in TFA. Okay. I knew it was something. Hey, welcome, Andy. At Maz's castle. Oh, Unkar comes to Maz's castle. Interesting. I don't know that did the deleted scene make the Blu-ray? Oh, it might have been on the special edition because there was like the Blu-ray and then there was like the super Blu-ray that has JJ's commentary on it. And that I never bought the second Blu-ray of The Force Awakens. I just have like the first Blu-ray of The Force Awakens. Also, Andy, I hope your commute is going well. We're discussing the merch for the fall for Star Wars as a lead into The Rise of Skywalker, and The Mandalorian got announced, and we're talking about the implications. I mentioned before Kara's character from The Mandalorian having the Rebel tattoo on her face. And that's really interesting because it seemed like the show was going to be about bounty hunters and about morally gray characters, and it seems like she'll at least be some kind of moral center for the show. And then, you know, I wonder, is she going to be like a partisan? Like, is she going to be intense because she's one of Saw's? Or is she going to be like a moral center character within the show? You've seen incomplete version of the scene, so it's on the first TFA Blu-ray in some capacity. Okay. I haven't gone through and watched the special features on Force Awakens probably since I got the Blu-ray. So I just kind of remembered it existing, and I kind of remembered a controversy with it, but I don't remember what movie it was. But yeah, I'm curious what that means for The Mandalorian. Because I never believed that they were really going to do a show where the hero of a Star Wars show was going to, like, be super unethical. Like, unless they really did a show that was, like, about a Sith Lord or something. So I feel like The Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal's character, is going to lean ultimately more good than not, but stay more gray because he's a bounty hunter. But I like the idea of Kara, and I wonder if she's going to be ex-rebel or an active part of the rebellion. The show does take place after Return of the Jedi, but the rebellion is around for at least another year after that. I think this is the year we get Disney because of all the cool stuff coming out. Yeah. Um, yep, Disney Plus launches on November 12th. I did the pre-order thing where I have now signed up for 3 years, so I am committed. But because I did that, I got it for like 20% off or something for the next 3 years, which is pretty cool. So I'm excited for that. I'm so excited for The Mandalorian. I actually requested the day Disney Plus launches off of work. So my hope is to be able to like watch The Mandalorian as soon as it goes up. Although I'm fully expecting Disney Plus to crash. I'm really bummed because I'm a huge fan of Star Wars Resistance and I'm still excited to watch the second season. But I always would get up on a Sunday morning and watch the episodes. But the premiere, they're now not putting at least the first episode online until 6 p.m. Pacific, which is 9 p.m. my time. So I won't be able to watch the episode Sunday morning, which means I won't be able to watch the episode until I get home from work on Monday, which means I won't be able to get a review done until at least Monday, and I'm really bummed about that, because that was such a fun thing for the channel. But alas, that's just how life goes sometimes. You have digital copies of TFA, TLJ, and Rogue One. So in the last 2 years, you've seen those two the most. Makes sense. Yeah, because you're on the move a lot, so those would be the ones you watch the most. That would make sense. I technically have all of those on digital, because the digital copy came with my Blu-ray, but not all of them have the bonus features on digital, which is annoying. I think Last Jedi does, but I don't think like Rogue One has its bonus features on the digital copy. It's weird. But that might just be because I got the free digital copy with the Blu-ray version. That might not really mean anything. Um, but yeah, that's really those are the top most intriguing things for me. Is I want to know about Kara's character. I hope I'm saying her name right. In The Mandalorian, seeing her actress and the actor for The Mandalorian like just geeking out over their toys was so cool. I'm excited for The Rise of Skywalker. What was interesting was, we've seen Naomi and Kelly Marie Tran on so many press tours, but we've seen less merch with them. Yours is also the Blu-ray. Oh, okay. Well, then maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. They seem the most excited, yeah, because they're the newest ones. People have been noticing that there's not a lot of Rose in the merch, and not necessarily a lot about Janna in the merch. There's a lot of Rose in the tie-in book. Spark of Resistance that comes out next month has Rose in it. And I think Rose is supposed to be in Resistance Reborn, but I could be wrong. But and then there's the Star Wars Allegiance comic that's coming out. So like Rose is in stuff, but there hasn't been a lot of her from the movie. She's not in the trailers. Granted, she wasn't really in the trailer or promotional material much for The Last Jedi either, and the Rose comic. Yep. And she was a major part of The Last Jedi, so that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it's got people worried that she's not going to be as much of a main character. Perhaps Rose will serve a role akin to Akbar. Yeah, I was seeing on Twitter, I don't think there were tweets from Sleemo, but Sleemo retweeted screenshots, and it's talking about how Rose, or because they have like, at Pinewood where they did the live stream, they have like a press area, and it says that Rose is rising in the ranks to become a military commander. So that's a possibility. People are just worried that Rose might also be a character that dies. And potentially dies early, which is why she's not in a lot of stuff. I think the reason why we don't see Janna as much is because she is probably later in the movie. Like, she's described as being on, like, a moon with a lot of forests and lakes and stuff. So, that also seems to be the planet that has the Death Star ruins on it. So she might not come in until later in the movie. Is Kelly Marie Tran? She is! She sure as heck is. She's been interviewed when at Celebration, when they did the big Rise of Skywalker panel. She was one of the panelists, so she was there and got to talk to people. So she's at least on the press tour for however long that means she's in the movie, because we don't know. Let me see if I can find... there's pictures of Rose from the Rise of Skywalker. Let me see if I can find them. That is not where I wanted you to go. Window, I wanted the window to come over here, actually, but thank you. Okay. The Rise of Skywalker Rose. Images. Clicking on Google Images. This is the shot. I will show you. Can I make image bigger? Maybe. I would like to make image big, please. Open image in new tab. Why can I no make image big? Google Images. Oddly enough, Google Images on Chrome is like the worst thing. I don't know why it's like specifically this. No, it's not what I want. I want to zoom it. There we go. This is not going to look high quality at all, but I will show you Andy. There she is. So that's her in The Rise of Skywalker with Rey. So they're presumably at some sort of resistance base. It's probably the same resistance base that we see Rey and Leia hanging out at. They do seem to be keeping her character a secret. The question is, like, is it that she's a secret, or is it that there are things afoot? I'm worried that her character might go early. Unfortunately, I hate to say it. This is the planet with the Death Star, and it fits the description of Janna's homeworld. So that's the other thing that might happen. Am I lagging? Because I'm watching my playback, and it was like way back. Like way delayed. Have I been lagging? I haven't been dropping frames. Yeah, hopefully there's more for Rose. There's just a lot of characters in this movie, and there's so much going on. Like, because we know Richard E. Grant's character. There's rumors like Matt Smith is and isn't and is and isn't in the movie. So there's whoever he's playing, and then now there's all these other alien characters, and we don't know an actor for them. Almost looks like a uniform. It probably is. So that's what I was saying. I was seeing some stuff on Twitter. There's like displays of the character outfits from Rise of Skywalker, and Rose's is there, and the plaque under Rose's says that she has been rising through the ranks of the Resistance and to the rank of Commander. I always lied for you. I'm sorry. So she's more of a military role. That's the big theory, that Matt Smith could be a young Palps. I appreciate that you always type Plaps. It always makes me want to laugh. But he could be a young Palps, especially if they go with the clone theory, and that he could be that age, or just through force projection, like with that age. It just, he happens to look like a young Ian McDiarmid, so it would fit pretty well. But I mean, he also could be a Knight of Ren. We don't know who is in any of those costumes. He could be the voice of one of these aliens. So there's some possibilities. Oh, that was the other alien character besides Frick is Bulbo. Bulbo. I already forgot how to say it after hearing it on stream. But he was like a guy with like horns on his face. And everyone's like, no, we're not gonna mess with him. So there's some character on the Falcon who's some sort of tough alien. That's gonna be amusing. And like, maybe that's Matt Smith. Like, we don't know. It's just interesting because he's the one and then Dom Monahan is also in the movie, and we don't know what role, so he could be the voice of one of these aliens as well, or he could be a Knight of Ren. So there's some options. Hope somebody calls him Sheev. That would be a really big moment for the expanded universe to call him Sheev. I've never been a fan of the Emperor having a first name, but I have come to terms with it and I accept it, even though I don't like him having a first name. But you know, that was not my decision, so they didn't ask me. But yeah, that would. I'm so curious what they're going to do with Palpatine. And Palpatine was not in any of this merch at all. Like, there's no Palpatine Funko. There's no anything. Now, we also didn't see a lot of anything related to Kylo Ren, which that's because a lot of this stuff looks like it was either filmed at Celebration, though that's too far out, but it looks like it was filmed at D23, and Adam Driver was not at D23, therefore that's why he was not a part of this. But I'm really wondering if that's just because of Adam Driver's schedule or for reasons. Same here, they should have asked us. It's old Sheevy Pelps, back from the dead. What I want, and I've been putting this everywhere because I want credit for it if it happens in the movie, I want so badly for Kylo Ren / Ben Solo, in either his good form or his still bad form, to face down whatever the Emperor is. A droid, a clone, a force manifestation, or something, and be ready to like have a conflict with the Emperor, and to hear the Emperor go, "Come, boy, finish what your grandfather started." I want that so badly. I want that line in the movie so bad, and it probably won't happen, because if I can think of it, it probably won't happen. But if there's any kind of moment like that, I'm gonna lose my mind. I think that's it, though. I mean, I can just kind of sit here and keep saying the same stuff over and over. Then Abeloff eats sheep. Wasn't Abeloff, like, also the Mortis mother? Like, didn't they add a fourth figure to the Mortis gods in Legends? And that was Abeloff? I never read the Fate of the Jedi series, but it was so weird. You should ask the king to put it in one of his works. Well, yeah, but it would only work if he's writing something in that era. John Barry says, yes, I'm assuming that is to my Abeloth comment. She is like the Mortis stepmother. Oh, okay. Of course. It's always how it goes. When we finish the NJO, I want to read Dark Nest Trilogy and Legacy of the Force and then Fate of the Jedi. Because I never read Dark Nest because I never finished the NJO. So, and that'll be a good project for in between Star Wars films, I think. Well, while we're here, it's not Triple Force Friday stuff, but what do you all think of the idea of Kevin Feige producing a Star Wars movie? The weird stuff in the EU, a lot of it is great, and a lot of it is not. But I miss a lot of how weird some of that was. Darkness wasn't the greatest, but still good. I feel like that happens so much in Legends, though. I mean, when you have 200 novels plus, you're gonna have some that are not that great. There are also the Bedlam Spirits. I'm not sure I know those. Are those from, I always meant to read John Jackson Miller's Lost Tribe of the Sith, and I never did. Not very familiar with his work. But, what was I saying? Kevin Feige? I mean, yeah, but he's produced every Marvel movie, basically. Like, he's been involved even before the MCU was a thing in Marvel movies. Like, if you look at his credits, like, he was involved even all the way back to, like, the X-Men movies. Which is crazy. My main thing with Feige is he's busy. Like, that was one of the many excuses we got for Spider-Man being out of the MCU, was that Feige was too busy because of all these properties now. And that's my thing. Is like, is he really so busy that he can't handle Spider-Man, but now he's gonna hop over to Star Wars? Like, come on. We're not that stupid. Any? Like, not even outside of the MCU? Like, you haven't seen any of the X-Men movies? Like, the first run of the Spider-Man movies? The Fantastic Four movies? Like none? I mean, it's fine if you haven't, but that's impressive, because that's like probably closer to 30, if not more than 30 movies. Probably more than 30, because there's a lot of X-Men, so it's probably closer to 40 that he's been involved with in some capacity. Nolan's here, Nolan! Nolan, we're talking a lot of things. Nolan, did you hear the news that the guy who runs the Marvel Cinematic Universe might be producing a Star Wars movie? And do you have thoughts on that? I actually don't know, Nolan, if you're that into Marvel movies. There was a really funny meme in my Discord, Nolan, and I pinged you there. I don't know if you saw it, but you should check it out. It's really funny. I thought of you. Um, but yeah, I like Feige's work. I was seeing a lot of people who are really down on it because a lot of people are either really over the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is understandable. I'm more interested in Feige producing than I am interested in the Russos directing. I will say that. Hey, Fat Batman, welcome. How are you? How are classes going? Are you doing all right? You're down for Feige doing Star Wars. Conor says, I have seen 1 or 2 Avengers films, 1 or 2 Captain American films, and the first Ant-Man. Give us Guardians and Star Wars crossover, right? Patton Oswalt, man, he saw it coming. He saw the future. That's like, and that's fine. It's just so surreal to me because like my level is like over my television is a Captain America. Like I and like that's a like he's a character from Captain Marvel, and like this hat is from Captain Marvel. Like I'm really into. It is a chat party. I mean, at this point, we've kind of descended off topic, and I didn't have helpful images or anything, so because I was unprepared, we can just talk. You did see it, you love it, and no, not really into Marvel movies, only Star Wars. Well, hey, you know, he can make a good movie. And like I think a lot of people are upset because they think he's directing one, but he wouldn't be. He would just be producing, and he'd be like co-producing with Kennedy. My only thing with Feige is he's just really, 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 really busy. And like I don't know why we would bring him in because he's like we keep being told how busy he is with Marvel. Oh good, it looks like I've stopped lagging, so that's good. Classes are right, lots of stuff to help me become a teacher. Well, that's awesome. You're gonna be like a real Jedi Master. But yeah, that's I mean that's really the start and end for me with Feige. If they did do Feige, or if Feige does do a movie, I would love them to use the same de-aging CGI that they used in Captain Marvel for Samuel L. Jackson again. And I would love to see a movie set before the prequel trilogy, and it's like Jedi Mace Windu and Jedi Brie Larson, because Brie Larson has said that she wants to be a Jedi in Star Wars, and they're basically like in every movie together now. And so I would love to see like a Samuel L. Jackson, Brie Larson Star Wars movie. I think that would be great. But yeah, like I have no other strong opinion on Feige. Just he's busy. But just then people watching, yeah, that was the option I put on the poll. I think that's for real. You were caught up in something else. What are we talking about? We moved on from Force Friday, and we're just talking about the Kevin Feige announcement. Feige has like 5 minutes of downtime from Marvel. Yo, Kathleen, how long does it take to make a Star Wars? I have time between all of the Marvel. You almost forgot about the stream? Aw. We're just that chill. I'll probably go in a few minutes anyway. You did meet the Captains America in Marvel down there. Oh, well, that's cool. Yes, you were at Galaxy's Edge, and I'm super jealous. Like, scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate Galaxy's Edge? Like, 10 out of 10 would go again? 2 out of 10, no way? 12 out of 10, go right now? Like, what's your general rating of Galaxy's Edge? You can be honest, too. It's totally fine. 7 out of 10 would go again. That's a solid review. That's a solid review. I want to go to Galaxy's Edge so badly. Like, and that's what I hear from everyone who went is like, it's really good. I've heard most of the fun stuff is behind like a paywall. I didn't realize, I guess you have to pay to go into August Cantina and like have a reservation. Or not pay to go into August, but like if you go into August, you have to buy something. People want Feige to take over Lucasfilm, then Kathleen should take over Marvel. Hey, I mean, I love Kathleen Kennedy and I love what she's done with Star Wars, but if they wanted to like trade for 3 movies, I wouldn't hate it, only because I would love to see what she would do with Marvel. But I'm very content with her leading Star Wars. For sure. You know, there's a couple of EU Easter eggs, that's solid. I heard that, like, I don't know if this is true, but I was told that if you go into August Cantina and look at the walls, you'll see like blaster fire on the walls that look like a fight that we saw in Thrawn Alliances, and that sounds really cool. You need a reservation. The drinks are expensive but decent. Fair enough. I'd hope the food is good. Like, the food has looked good, but like pictures of food always look good. I feel bad anybody who's gonna come in here for Triple Force Friday now is like, why are they talking about Ronto roasters? You can hack up expensive drinks for a short trip, right? And like, my thing is, if I went, it would be so expensive because I don't know when I would go again. Like, it would be so much to go one time. So I would want to get all of the merch that you can only get there. So I would want to get the lightsaber, but you have to reserve that way ahead of time. I've heard that Savi's is like booked through December. But I would want to get the holocrons, you know? Oh, I missed something from Stuart. Make Kerry vice president, make Pablo head of parliament, and JJ and Ryan head of creativity. There you go. Mostly drinks. Make Iron Man female. I mean, they have Pepper as rescue. We saw that in Endgame, so they technically can do it. Nolan, I will buy all the drinks. Nolan, you should look up the drink menu at Galaxy's Edge if you have it. Like, seriously, Nolan, I would love... I mean, I want to go to Galaxy's Edge anyway, and I would love to take you all with me, but, like, Nolan, I feel like you... I just want to be a fly on the wall of you at Galaxy's Edge. Because I feel like you would just go, and you would, like, push everything, and you would, like, turn every knob just to see what you could get away with. And you would be, like, the guy that somehow discovered the crazy Easter egg that none of the super obsessed fans ever found because you just turned the right knob. But then you would get kicked out because you would break the knob. Like, I feel like that's your journey at Galaxy's Edge. Sky Nobi, welcome! Dude, how are you feeling after the Jedi Fallen Order trailer? You were like, that's alright. We're still going. I know you're a huge Fallen Order fan. How are you feeling after that trailer? Drink menu is very impressive, yeah. If you get a chance to make me your first guest, I don't want to go, but I need to. I get you. I totally get you. Your sister and everyone's showing up now. Hey, Yagi. Oh my gosh. No, that's all right. Sister and brother-in-law had some sort of orange vodka cocktail. The trailer was good, not gonna lie. Yeah, it looked good. Just for the... Yeah, right? That whole stream was pretty good. Yeah, it looks so good. And it has like some of the characters from the Vader comic in it and stuff. Lots of Funkos on there. There's Funkos for the Mandalorian, Funkos for the Rise of Skywalker. Finn's Funko was really good. It was really cool listening to John Boyega talk about it, because I guess John designed or like picked what his hair was going to look like in the Rise of Skywalker, which I didn't know, and so he was really proud to have his hair the way it was, which is a big deal for a character like Finn, and he was really excited for how it looked on all the action figures and all the Funko Pops. So that was really cool. 2019 is going to be one of the best Star Wars years ever. I don't know if there's a drink called Death Sticks, but there's like, here, I'll look it up. I got it right here. Galaxy's Edge drink menu. I'm sure there's a list of the drinks you can get. Yeah, people have pictures up online. We'll just steal someone's picture. Let me switch. So there's, I don't know how well you can see this, Nolan, but there's the Hyperdrive, Jabba Juice, Blurg Fire, Carbon Freeze, Blue Bantha, Cliff Dweller, and then these are snacks. Let's see here. Open image in new tab. That way I can zoom in on it. Let's see what are these made out of. Hyperdrive is Powerade, Mountain Berry Blast, White Cranberry Juice, Black Cherry, Puree, Sprite, and... Oh, that's the price. Oh, these are concoctions without alcohol. Where's the alcohol ones? I'm sure that's what you guys are far more interested in. There we go. Concoctions with alcohol. That one with Powerade sounds really good, though. Can I zoom in? Come on, computer. I just remembered how to do this. Fuzzy Tauntaun. That was the thing I was trying to remember. Oh, I missed something. The hair is on point. Oh, for Finn. Did take one of your Mon Calamari figures to represent. I love it. Wish we could get a Sphero Dio. What's my favorite reaction from the actors? Oh, I think my favorite moment was Kelly Marie Tran being so excited for Naomi Ackie. Like when she was literally like, I'm so excited for her. I thought that was really cute. That was probably one of my favorite moments. That and Gina and Pedro just like freaking out over their toys was adorable. Love how organized. I'm not organized at all, so I'm going to assume that is sarcasm, and I appreciate it. Who besides you has the Star Wars Wookiee Ookie? So I don't think we have the Wookiee Ookie cookbook, but my dad has one. I can't remember what it's called, but it's also got a pun name. But my dad does have a. I got my dad a Star Wars cookbook. Such a whammy boost. Go home and rethink your life. Kelly's beautiful. Oh yeah, Kelly Marie Tran is just on point. Okay, I zoomed in on this and I can't read the ingredients on anything. So this was largely not helpful. Where's the alcoholic menu? Concoctions with alcohol. This looks like it's gonna be. I just was showing you guys a blurry image for like 9 minutes. Fuzzy Tauntaun. Peach vodka, bowls, peach schnapps, simply orange with tangerine, pure cane sugar, and buzz foam. I don't drink alcohol, but that sounds really good. Jedi Mind Trick, grapefruit, rose vodka, velvet faux. Is that a word? I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't even know what some of these words are. T16 Skyhopper, the Outer Rim. That one has tequila in it. Dagobah Slug Slinger, with another one with tequila. Bespin Fizz with some rum. Jet Juice. Jet Juice is in the books, so that's cool that that's there. Ray and Chewie asked if they could help repair an X-Wing. Aw, but I told them I only had experience with larger Mon Calamari cruises. That's great. I'm into Galaxy's Edge, but as a person who does not care for fancy foods, i.e. not standard foods, I'm not sure you'll like the food side of it. And that's fair. That's totally fair. The Yub Nub, which is great. I'm assuming red is like more specialties. Beers on tap, Gold Squadron Laker, White Wampa Ale, Gamorrean Ale, Bad Motivator IPA, Rancor Beer Flight Souvenir Board. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's what this thing is. That's awesome. Cider on tap, Spice Runner Hard Cider. Tonray is a wine from the books, so that's really cool to see. It is from Alderaan, so that must be expensive because there's not a whole lot of it left. And Imperial Guard, which is cool. Just is all the drinks mixed together. You would try that, Nolan. I like to think there is a Jedi Mind Trick drink. Right? You would think. Let's see. What other menus are we seeing here? This has nothing to do with Triple Force Friday. But I think we're just hanging out having fun, so that's all that matters. Oh, man. But no, all that stuff is exciting. What else we got? Random Disney dining fact. The best meal you've had was the vegan banh mi in California Adventure. Good to know. Disney should just replace the rest of the dark with more Star Wars at this point. One for each trilogy. Park, yeah. I think that'd be cool. Oh, hey, Skanobi just published a video. I just got the push notification. It's pretty cool. Where is this event? Where's the event? Oh, no, so, the Galaxy's Edge Park is at Disney World and Disneyland. If you mean Triple Force Friday is next Friday, and all it means is the merchandise for The Rise of Skywalker and The Mandalorian officially go on sale. So, like, right now, you're on it. That means right now you can't really buy a lot of Rise of Skywalker merch or Mandalorian merch, so all of it goes on sale. I'm more interested in clothing. I really want some sick graphic tees. There's a really cool like sweatshirt thing you can only get at Disney parks right now, and I want it so much. But um, hopefully it comes on sale outside. You forgot to upload earlier because of streaming. Makes sense. Makes sense. You're just gonna say, "This is fun. We're taking your trip to Galaxy's Edge." I mean, I every now and again I think about just doing these just chatting streams more often because we can just literally do hanging out, talking about booze, wishing we we're at Disney. It's all good, right? I mean, what else are you gonna do on a Thursday? I keep feeling like today is Friday, and that's so bad because that means my alarm's gonna go off tonight, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, yesterday wasn't Friday, was it?" I don't know if you saw, but 2019, it really is the year for Star Wars. I'm excited because I mean, like, movie launch of Disney Plus, so many books, so many good books. You're not the only one out there. Yeah. Yeah, some good stuff. My face is like behind the text. I'm hidden behind a wall of words. I keep thinking tomorrow's Saturday. Right? It's just, it feels like the week should be done. It hasn't really been a bad week. It's just been a week, you know? By the time Thursday rolls around. Really thought today was Friday. Okay, so you do have an excuse. Are you feeling better, by the way? No, I mean, that's 3 people who thought today was Friday. So I feel like if 3 people think today should be Friday, that should mean it's Friday. And tomorrow just counts as a bonus day. I think that's how this works. Tuesday. I couldn't remember what day it was. Yeah, I feel like that happens to me a lot too. Tuesdays, I always feel like if you have a traditional, now we're really getting off topic. If you have a traditional work week, right? Like if you work Monday through Friday, if you work on the weekends, then your schedule is, as somebody who used to work weekends, like your schedule is so confusing. But if you work Monday through Friday, I feel like Tuesday's the worst day. Because like everyone dreads Mondays, but really you're just coming off the weekend, you've rested. Like Monday isn't as bad, but like Tuesday is the day that you realize, oh, I have the rest of my work week ahead of me. Like, that's how I've always felt. I was having a crappy day yesterday, but that turned around even with Star Wars and it got better with more Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars does so much. You also see, Sin thought it was that's 4 people who thought it was Friday. Like, I just feel like we should declare today Friday. Okay, yeah, doing okay, tried to work, but it wasn't happening. You should not be working, Nolan. I'm not going to share your story if you don't want to share it. You're welcome to if you want to. But, like, you should be resting. Dang it. Everyone in chat, just tell Nolan he should be resting. I wish you could have the luxury of being able to forget what day it is with different classes. Oh, right? Yeah, when I worked weekends, I had a different schedule 3 days out of the week. Like, I worked overnights 3 days, and I worked days 2 days. And even then, the overnights were different hours. So I had different alarms on my phone for every day of the week because I would never wake up on time. For us, you wish it was Friday. I hope Kevin Feige adds Brie Larson in a star. I hope so too. Yep. See, Nolan, everyone's telling you to rest. Dang it. You should rest. Also, I did find Republic Navy patch. Hey, that's awesome, dude. That's fantastic. I wish it was Friday. Sheesh, for me. The motion has carried Nolan. It is time for you to rest. We have decided for you. I'm sorry, but this is how it goes now. Actually, with that note, I'm having a ton of fun, but we've been going almost an hour, and I needed to eat before the stream started. You will rest. Thank you, Nolan. I appreciate it. You're going to dinner. You are hungry. I was hungry before the stream, so I think I'm going to call it. But I appreciate you all being here. If you haven't already, I humbly ask that you like the stream on your way out. It means a lot to me when you do. Thanks so much for hanging out. Just general site stuff. For right now, if you're following along with Bloodline series, that's going to stay Mondays, but it's probably going to change. Because of when Star Wars Resistance drops, because it does not drop Sunday morning anymore, I will probably be doing my reviews on Monday, but our streams will typically be Tuesday, so it might become Wednesday for Bloodline videos. So if you're following along with that series, keep that in mind. Obviously, when Resistance starts up, I'll start doing reviews again. And I've finally recorded another video in the Redemption in a Star Wars Context series, which I haven't touched in months. But I'm going to be getting that edited and up soon, so that's cool. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Stuart. Thank you, Sin. Thank you, Calamari. Thank you, Skynobi. Skynobi is a fellow Star Wars content creator, if you want to click on his name and check out his channel. Thank you, Nolan, for being here. Andy, Fat Batman was here. McYagi is another content creator, and John Barry is another content creator, so you should also check out their channels. Who else? I'm going to miss somebody. I know I'm going to miss somebody. But I think that's everybody who talked recently, at least. But thank you all for being here, and we'll be around. And Django doesn't have the bots going, Yagi, because his internet's out, so that probably won't work. But our Twitter is above my head there at Port Haven Forums. And we're the Star Wars Refuge on Instagram. But thank you, Yagi, for trying. I appreciate. Oh, look at there we go, Yagi. Yagi with the Twitter win. He would not be denied by the YouTube bots. He was going to post that link. Thank you so much. As always, it's so helpful. But I will talk to you all soon. And the Discord link. Like, Yagi is just going to town. It's just, yep, there you go. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Talk to you later. And may the spider